Instrument of social justice. Constitutional base and Indian legal system. The Indian Constitution provides a strong foundation for social justice through its values, rights, and legal mechanisms. The Indian legal system, based on common law, ensures equality, justice, and fairness through both substantive and procedural laws. It protects the rights of marginalized groups, ensuring access to justice for all citizens. Preamble and social justice. The preamble declares India to be a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. It promises justice, social, economic, and political to all citizens. Acts as the guiding philosophy of the Constitution and reflects the core aim of social justice. Fundamental rights and social justice. Part 3 of the Constitution, Articles 12 to 35, provides fundamental rights. Key rights promoting social justice. Article 14, Equality before law. Article 15, Prohibition of discrimination. Article 16, Equality of opportunity in public employment. Article 17, Abolition of untouchability. Article 21, Right to life and personal liberty. These rights empower citizens and protect marginalized groups from injustice. Directive Principles and Social Justice. Part 4, Articles 36 to 51, contains the Directive Principles of State Policy, DPSPs. Though non-justiciable, they guide the state to ensure economic and social equality, Art. 38. Right to adequate livelihood, Art. 39. Equal pay for equal work, protection of children, etc. Promotion of education and public health. Promotion of weaker sections, Art. 46. DPSPs are crucial for building a welfare state. Other provisions ensuring social justice. Reservations for SCs, STs, OBCs in education, jobs, and legislatures. Article 243D and 243T, reservation in panchayats and municipalities. Article 330 and 332, reservation of seats in Lok Sabha and state assemblies. Article 335, consideration of SC/ST claims in public services. Special laws and schemes under various socio-economic welfare legislations. Social justice and judiciary. The judiciary plays a vital role in interpreting the Constitution to uphold social justice. Through progressive judgments, courts have expanded the scope of rights, e.g., right to education, health, environment under Article 21. Promotes constitutional morality, checks government actions, and protects the vulnerable. Contribution of courts in promoting access to justice. Courts ensure access to justice through legal aid programs under Article 39A. Establishment of Lok Adalats and fast-track courts. Support for legal literacy and outreach. Key judgments: Husainara Khatun vs. State of Bihar, M.H. Hoskat vs. State of Maharashtra, right to legal aid. Social justice and public interest litigation, PIL. PIL allows individuals or groups to approach the court on behalf of marginalized or affected communities. Strengthens judicial activism and social accountability. Famous PIL cases: Bandwa Mukti Morcha vs. Union of India, bonded labor. Vishaka vs. State of Rajasthan, sexual harassment at workplace. MC Mehta cases, environmental and labor rights. Legal and public advocacy. Concept. Advocacy refers to the process of influencing public policy, laws, and societal attitudes to bring about change. Legal advocacy uses legal tools, rights-based frameworks, and the judicial system to protect and promote the rights of individuals and groups. Public advocacy includes campaigns, awareness efforts, and lobbying to bring social issues into public discourse and policy attention. Objectives: promote justice, equality, and human rights. Ensure accountability from institutions. Empower communities to voice their concerns. Influence law and policy reform. NGOs and public advocacy in India. Role of NGOs, non-governmental organizations. Act as intermediaries between people and the state. Represent voiceless and marginalized communities. Conduct research, documentation, and awareness campaigns. Organize public demonstrations, petitions, and policy dialogues. Engage in legal support, capacity building, and community mobilization. Examples of NGOs active in public advocacy. PRIA, Participatory Research in Asia, promotes democratic governance. CHRI, Commonwealth Human Rights Initiative, works on access to justice and police reforms. Center for Science and Environment, CSE, environmental advocacy. MKSS, Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan, right to information and livelihood. Childline India Foundation, child protection advocacy. Legal advocacy through public interest litigation, PIL. What is PIL? A legal tool that allows any public-spirited person or organization to approach the court on behalf of those whose rights are violated. Ensures access to justice for the poor, disadvantaged, and voiceless. Features: flexible locus standi, standing to file a case. Focus on social justice, human rights, and public interest. Courts take sua motu cognizance or respond to letters, reports, or petitions. Role in legal advocacy. Acts as a watchdog on government actions. Helps implement constitutional and legal rights. Drives policy reform through judicial intervention. Promotes transparency, accountability, and fairness in governance. Landmark PIL cases: Husainara Khatun vs. State of Bihar, right to free legal aid and speedy trial. Bandwa Mukti Morcha vs. Union of India, bonded labor abolition. Vishaka vs. State of Rajasthan, workplace safety for women. MC Mehta vs. Union of India, environmental protection and worker rights. Role of civil society as a pressure group. Concept: Civil society refers to the collective of non-governmental organizations, community groups, faith-based organizations, professional associations, and citizens working to influence public policies and decisions. As a pressure group, civil society acts as a non-political but influential force that puts pressure on the government and other institutions to address societal issues and implement reforms. Functions of civil society as a pressure group. Representation. Acts as the voice of marginalized and vulnerable groups. Raises concerns of various communities and ensures inclusive decision-making. Education. Informs and educates the public about social, legal, and political issues. Conducts awareness campaigns and disseminates information on rights and duties. Policy formulation. Participates in drafting policies and laws through consultations and expert input. Provides research, data, and feedback to guide policymakers. Policy implementation. Assists in monitoring and evaluating the implementation of laws and schemes. Acts as a watchdog to prevent corruption, discrimination, and inefficiency. Statutory bodies for social justice in India. Statutory bodies are legally established institutions formed under Acts of Parliament to ensure equality, justice, and protection of rights. National Human Rights Commission, NHRC. Functions of NHRC. Inquire into human rights violations or negligence by public servants. Intervene in court proceedings related to human rights. Visit jails and detention centers to study living conditions. Promote human rights awareness and education. Encourage NGOs and civil society in the promotion of human rights. Recommend measures to prevent violations and promote justice. National Commission for Women, NCW. Functions of NCW. Safeguard the rights and interests of women. Recommend policies and laws for gender equality. Investigate cases of discrimination, harassment, and violence against women. Inspect women's institutions and report conditions. Support women through legal aid and counseling. Promote awareness and literacy on women's rights. National Commission for Scheduled Castes, NCSC. Duties and functions. Monitor implementation of safeguards for SCs under the Constitution. Inquire into complaints of deprivation of rights or injustices. Advise on planning and socio-economic development of SCs. Submit annual reports to the President on the working of safeguards. Powers of the Commission. Has powers of a civil court, summoning, examining witnesses, requiring documents. Can visit institutions, collect evidence, and hold inquiries. National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, NCST. Functions. Monitor the constitutional safeguards and development programs for STs. Investigate grievances and rights violations. Promote welfare policies and development planning. Recommend measures to prevent land alienation and improve tribal rights and governance. National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, NCPCR. Functions of the Commission. Ensure that all laws, policies, and programs comply with the rights of the child, as per UNCRC and Indian Constitution. Examine and review legal safeguards for children's welfare. Inquire into violations of child rights. Conduct research, awareness programs, and recommend policy reforms. Promote child-friendly judicial processes and education systems.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in next video.